Wednesday. A week before Sinners is back on Myricks. I just realized I did not have a primer. I have sunscreen on, which I think is a sunscreen you can also use as a primer. But I'm not doing it. So we have Miss Bobbi Brown here. Work was fine. I'm trying to think what was on my hands. Work was fine. I think yesterday we had Outlook went down. The fact that Outlook is like the only email. It's probably way too much. I'm trying to hydrate my skin. Yeah, this is way too much. Let me wipe some of this off. On my clean skin sheet that I'm not going to use. It's I use it a few times. So. I have a big box. I use them a few times. If you've never seen the little but yeah, so Outlook went down for like a few hours. It wasn't a few hours, maybe an hour. Of course, the job I was done with could not send it to the client because Outlook was down. It was back up. What do? They sent an email saying, "We heard y'all had problems with Outlook. If you continue to have problems, call IT." It's like, you wouldn't get that. If Outlook is down, you can't get that email that says Outlook is down. It's like, really? So yeah, it's not like there's any other way to tell us, but other than having some kind of, yeah, it was crazy. So I had to delay lunch, and they ended up not going to lunch because I know a certain job, so maybe even at this job, and it's just not written down anywhere. It's just kind of known that, you know, if you're about to get off, you can't go to lunch like within an hour of going off, kind of getting off kind of thing. Like I said, I don't know if that's written anywhere, but so I'm going to powder in my T-zone before I do other stuff. Yeah. So, you know, I talked to the manager. I was like, do you want me to leave early, or am I just getting OT for this job? Because I literally could not hit, I didn't want to hit the button complete because it wasn't complete. But I'm like, I can't send this, so literally I'm sitting here. And I didn't want to go to lunch while I was waiting because who knows if it would come back while I was at lunch. And that was the day I was actually wanting to go to lunch or go get lunch. I was going to get tacos because I don't know what the specials are for every day at the taco place I go down the street. They haven't posted. They always post them late. It's never like, y'all know the first is coming. Post it on the first. What's today? Today's what, the 6th, 7th? They still haven't posted it. So basically, you either call, which I never call, or go in and find out what the special is for that particular day. Ooh, I'm glad I put that tissue there. So just focus on the T-zone. It is, I think, 82 degrees. It rained Monday, Tuesday. I haven't set my eyebrows, so we're gonna do that. Am I? No, I'm not even gonna do that. So today is the after effect of it raining. And it didn't rain like the whole time, just kind of part of the time. I just realized where I'm going. There's this thing in Tempe, at the Tempe Museum, Historical Museum. I don't know, I've never been there. Even when I lived in Tempe, I didn't realize it existed. And they're showing a documentary, I guess, about Malcolm X. It's kind of the Malcolm X you didn't know kind of thing. I like to know about things. I'm not saying I'm MLK or Malcolm X, either side, whatever. I like to know. I grew up with both in my house. So I'm not one of the people like this way or whatever. I've seen Selma, I've seen Malcolm X. I'm very balanced. I try to be a very balanced person because I'm a true Libra. So, anyway, so that's going on. So it starts at 6, so I'm just gonna definitely go. So let's do our eyes first, actually. I realize, let me spray and then do my eyes. Fan is on because somehow it got hot. We're doing Juvia's Places, the new eyeshadow stick in Morocco. Let me flip this. Move that. It's gonna hit the camera if y'all didn't see a little budge. What is this? I didn't see that. I swore it just stimulated my face, but some of the hairs are coming in. I'm not gonna point them out. I can see them, so I'm gonna say. And I kind of like how my face looks, so hopefully when I'm done with my makeup, it still kind of looks like this. I'm wearing that white shirt, sleeveless shirt. I've had that for a few years. I looked at the tag was still on it, and apparently this is probably not the right brush for it, but it's working. We see that, right? It's fluffy. But yeah, so I got that Old Navy. Apparently it was like $29 or something. I'm like, for that shirt? I did not pay $29. I remember I got that shirt for like $2, $3. Because you know they have that clearance section. I've gotten several shirts, around my house shirt, kind of cleaning shirt, for like $2, $3 in those clearance sections. Because you know, finding a 2X is not that easy sometimes in freaking Old Navy. Especially if it's the non-inclusive Old Navies. Because I only know one of really inclusive Old Navy is in Tempe, by Tempe Marketplace. I don't know if they still are, but they used to have all the plus sizes, 1X, 2X, 3X, 4X, 5X. When none of the other Old Navies did, even though they were talking about they were inclusive. This was during the body positive phase of the pandemic. So, without me going all the way to that one, I did find, see, that blended out nicely, didn't it? If you hear noise, my neighbors, she was yelling earlier. I'm like, who are you yelling at? Why are you yelling? I'm going to keep this out for a second. And you see my methods just going like that. And then kind of going up, blending up. I realized I went a little bit more in the crevice from this one than that one. Okay. Yep. So that's it for now. Put that right there. I will do the rest of the eyes later, because I have other stuff I want to do with my eyes. So let's go to powder brush. We're using MAC. I'm just gonna say we're using the MAC new Studio Plus fix. So that means I gotta put on concealer first. Ooh, that was a lot. Ooh. I was in this video where they're like, put in certain places, kind of like that, and other places I'm not gonna do. And I don't have to double dip because I keep forgetting about the little candle that's in there, but as you see, I keep going back in. This is Danessa. And I'm trying to remember if this dries down fast. I'm gonna spray with, because everything else is gonna be powder. I'm just gonna blend this out. I know I didn't really let it set, but it's warm. It's 81 is still warm in Phoenix. And I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, Instagram video where he did something. This white dude doing something. This girl following what he was saying about where to put concealer and then bronzer to lift your face and stuff like that. But I was just listening to the watching. There's a reliving single podcast that just dropped today. It dropped 2 episodes, it seems like. So I was listening to that while I was finishing my eyebrows. Because again, I have to get there by 6. When I looked last time, it's gonna take like 36 minutes to get there. So I have to hopefully be done by 5. Taking the pictures. Because it's summer, about to be summer, so the sun is gonna be out still. And then head on out there. And it's like an area and kind of no. Okay, no, I know the other intersection. I'm thinking of the wrong intersection. So yeah, okay, I have no where I'm. Luckily, I look at maps because I'm like, I have no idea where I'm going. But that's fine. It's Tempe. I used to live in Tempe, and I've been around Tempe. It's just, they rebuild marine things all the time now. I'm gonna blend up the edges. So yeah, I'll be fine. I'll have to take the 10. I forgot I put concealer there. Because at first I was just gonna do concealer, eyeshadow, brows, lips, and then I was like, you know what? It's not a bad day. Let's just go ahead. It's not hot. I don't feel like wearing anything, like something light, nothing too creamy. Just fine, or if I did, it would have been something matte. Still kind of look like myself. I think the last day I wore the blonde was Saturday. And y'all saw that video. And then literally either that night or the next day. What did it? Ooh, no, it was the next day. Literally the next day, shaved it all off, and here we go. And it's grown out a little bit. I like this right here because before it was slightly shorter. Because I'm trying to get all the blonde out, and I know I can still see a little bit of traces because, again, my hair grows down here. But no, it's definitely. Let me see something. One, I should not be able to move that like that, or it's whatever's on here. But yeah, so I was like, I didn't want to do nothing too much, and of course here we are. But still, so many people liked that look that I did for Saturday, so that was cool. Like literally, I'm just like, okay, it's casual, kind of run errands kind of thing. I went to Archwood Exchange, support some black businesses. I ended up just buying a cookie for $5. I'm like, okay, I'm supporting black business. Like, it was a good cookie though. It was a really good cookie. So I was like, okay. And there's other stuff I'm like, I already have like balms and lotions, which they always seem to be selling them. Like, I need to run out of this stuff before, like I could literally probably go out like this, nothing else. So the goal is to kind of remain light. And so we're gonna do a little bit of underpainting. So Danessa's, the balm powder, Yummy Skin balm powder flushed, and this is Dancing Queen. So we're gonna put a little of this on. So I'm just gonna tap. Let's see here. And I haven't cleaned my brushes because I haven't gone anywhere since Saturday. And I hadn't gone, see that much is coming off, that's why I was tapping. I'm just gonna tap it out. I said, literally, I could set this and be good. I'm not going back in. I'm just tapping my hand again. It's too early to do that sunburn thing that they be doing. Okay, I'll put this away. Put that there. And now I can finally get a wipe because I haven't gotten a wipe before. See, it's there. It's definitely there. And I kind of want to. So I almost wore a skirt. I had this black skirt that I have not worn in forever. I'm trying to think when I wore it last. I remember it was one particular summer I wore it a lot because I had surgery. And I couldn't wear pants. Like, I needed something I could get on and off easily. And I couldn't wear shorts to work, what have you. And so otherwise I wore shorts or scrubs the whole time I was home. But you can't wear that to work where I was working. So I think, was I working at the police department at that time? I might have been. Yeah, I wore skirts, like that skirt all the time. I haven't worn it, I don't think, since. And that's, I want to say 2018 maybe. So I don't know why I put that over there. I need to keep it over here so I know that I used that. And that I don't use it on my face later. See how nice this looks? So I'm also going to go a little bit Fenty. That's literally just where I'm putting it. And so I was just trying on there because I was like, maybe I'll wear the skirt. Then I was like, I can't find the top. So Sephora collection. I finally ran out of my Glow Recipe lip thingy. My lips feel a little chapped on there. I don't close the other way because, one, if I ever have my press-on nails, it's trying to open things as hell. And then regular day, trying to open things like that. Also not the greatest. Listen, this is, I can almost go out like this. Well, the only thing is like right there. Like if I wanted to take a Juvia's place and then do it right there and then set it, we'd be good to go. You don't think I scraped off? No. Before applying it. It's fine, I'm not spreading it out. Because the reason I was going to do is like what I see the girlies do is they put on one concealer, put on a blush, then put on a lighter concealer. It helps kind of dim down some of this craziness. But I'm not going out that far, so. So we're just adding the brightness right there. Because Danessa is basically the shade I have is pretty much the skin color shade as we see. 100% my skin color? Not always. Depending on where I put it. Okay. We can now set. And then we'll get the powder. But yeah, so just that casual. Look on Saturday. I got like compliments. One lady at one of the vendors was like, "Oh, you look so pretty." I'm like, "Thank you." It's not like that was my goal or anything. I was just like, wanted to do makeup that day and a casual look, and there we have. Let's finish that first before I do what I was gonna do. And then I was sitting outside because I was like, okay, I'm out the house. Let me sit out, get some sunlight. Even though I was in the shade, get some sunlight. And then, you know, look on social media, what have you, to fresh air before my next place to go. And I was reminded why I don't go downtown. the traffic. There's construction on one way. If I went one way and not where I needed to go, a different main street, there was road work. So I'm going the other way. I'm thinking, okay, it's fine. There's road work somewhere else on that main street. I get downtown Phoenix. They're repaving shit on a Saturday. And I'm like, yeah, you can't really do it during a week either, but I'm like, what? There should be some kind of law that y'all can't freaking do road work on more than one major roadway at a time. I was like, oh, we'll go this way to avoid. No. They're like, no, we're gonna have road work over here too. I was like, what? And yeah, it was annoying. So anyway, I was sitting outside and this lady comes inside me and I realized she recognized me from a party I went to. Like holiday party I went to like in December. And I was like, okay, yeah, you do look familiar. Because I hadn't seen him before, but I'm like, some people, everybody looks, I'm not saying everybody looks alike, but, you know, we're a lot of curvaceous women. And so I was like, okay. I was like, for some reason I had looked at her before, but I didn't realize why I was looking at her. And then she was talking to me. I'm like, one, I did not remember her name. Her name is very, yeah, it's very, her name was very different. So it was very easy to remember what she said. I was like, okay. I'm like, yeah. And the thing is, I remember the party. I'm like, you learn a lot of names. I'm not coming. As soon as you say your name, I'm probably gonna not hear it or forget immediately. I was like, okay. But yeah, she's talking. I'm like, you look very. Yeah, she became more familiar. And she said I look pretty. She's like, yeah, you have such a pretty face. I remember that face. I'm like, oh, thank you. Like I said, it's like sometimes you don't realize how people remember you or how they remember you or how they see you, whatever. I was like, oh, that's nice. So we were talking about the happy hour group that we go with, and we're waiting for them to start back up, kind of thing. So we talked about that, and then I had gone to Sprouts because all that road work. I'm like, I'm not gonna go back in that direction. So I just went. It wasn't even Sprouts. It was Trader Joe's. So I went completely different route. And to go to Trader Joe's. And then while I was in there, the cashier had like kind of pink strands in her hair. Mind you, I was blonde this day. And I was like, oh, it's cute. I was like, that's cute. And I told her that, whatever. And by the end, she was like, oh, I think you're beautiful. I'm like, oh, thank you. I was like, I appreciate that. I did not see that coming. I was like, oh. So that's kind of it is. Just people just give me compliments all day. I'm like, okay. And people, you know, when I finally finished the video, getting it up, people like, the kickback on this. I really don't understand the kickback. I don't know if it did that when it had talc in it, but I don't think it did. But okay, well, that's too much powder. So we're gonna stop. And yeah, I don't need that much powder, so I'm gonna pat this off. So at this point, we're just kind of bringing everything together. And because I was kind of underpainting, so I'm going over that. And finally getting my forehead. And before I set anything, I'm going with bronzer. And I'm gonna pat that on my hand and then kind of go like that. And we're using Juvia's Place this time, the actual bronzer. I know the other look I used the blush palette and used Abby instead. It's gonna get there. And now I'm just gonna pinch. Yeah, these lids, really, I didn't put primer on this time, so there we have it. So, okay, yeah, I'm looking the same. And then I'm not gonna even pat on that because Okay. And I've been keeping the top that came on because that is so much. That is, yeah, to keep that in here. Now during the summer, I can always take this to use the sponge in here to touch up, what have you. But I doubt I would ever do that. Okay, so now I had charged it, so I don't have to go get the other one. And I'm almost out of this. I'm not gonna get another one until I finish the Benefit one. So this one's pretty much done because there's very little in it. Juvia's Place. I think what it is because but the gloss on it wasn't sticking. I'm like, it was gliding. I was just thinking yesterday was the anniversary of one of my friend's funerals because I had went home for Mother's Day, went to Tucson. I had it back and all that, you know, thing that you're trying to rush, trying to go somewhere and you're emotional already. I remember dropping my makeup bag and I'm like, I don't have time for this. And got to the funeral, whatever's, he's Catholic, I guess. And so I was like, okay, I'd never been to a Catholic funeral or one like this, whatever. So I'm just like, and he's Irish, I believe. So I was like, okay, this is different. I was fine until like I saw his daughter and I broke down. Like I broke down. I remember that. And I'm like, I know you never met me before, but the fact that I broke down seeing his daughter is like, because he had talked about her like a lot. Like the whole time I've known him, I know him like 20 years. So yeah. But yeah, just seeing her just made me break down, whatever. And I was just thinking about that. And then I went to Tucson and stopped to see a friend in Tucson. And I remember seeing that photo later. My makeup was flawless. My eyebrows were horrendous. My friend did not say that my eyebrows were horrendous. They were horrendous. One day I will actually show that photo to see how far I've come. And I ended up getting my eyebrows done, I think, that next day at Ulta that the lady my mother would go to. Um, that's the only reason I got them done was because my mother goes to that lady, who doesn't apparently work there anymore. And the thing is, I won't ever go to Ulta to get my eyebrows done again. Because I remember I had an allergic reaction to whatever she used. And then I looked at them later, I'm like, yeah, really? At the time it was fine because I wasn't used to drawing my own eyebrows, but I did not like them. I look back now, I'm like, I did not like those at all. Okay, so what I'm gonna do real quick, L'Oreal Infallible. So I ordered this on Amazon weeks ago, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we'll ship it out anywhere end of April, beginning of May," and they stuck to that. This was a shade they didn't have. This was the black shade, but they stuck to that. They really did not ship this shit out. I was like, I totally to the point where you forget that you bought something. They stuck to that. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, and the things I like about this lipstick is it's kind of dark now, but I didn't do that. Okay, that I saw it on my teeth, but they stuck to that delivery date. Cause you know sometimes Amazon you get stuff early. But when they had said this was a black one, because they had other shades, but when this was available, I was like, I ordered it. So I was like, fine. I just won't order any other eyeliner until then. So what this is supposed to last 36 hours. I don't know about that. And it has a smudge on the back. I like that as well. So that's what we're learning. And apparently a sharpener as well. So let me twist and pull to get the smudger. So thin line. I'm gonna take the smudger. So it doesn't really smudge very well. I'm kind of like, it dries down pretty fast though. So let's go down here. Okay, I don't know about that smudging, but there we have it. So I was gonna not set it because I'm seeing how much it's staying, but my luck, during the summer I will learn that it's not gonna stay in Arizona sun, Phoenix sun. Then I'm trying to figure out, do I like this or, especially if I waited so long. So there we have it. I'm not doing the, I think this would be a good one to, if I went all up in there, but I don't need to do all that because it's not that serious. I'm like, does it go down? No. At the top or the bottom? Okay. So, it could be user error. And, because like I said, I don't know if this is going to budge or not. Juvia's Place, the very darkest one. It's one of them angled brushes. Okay. There we have it. So I'm like, do I want to clean that up? And if so, how am I going to go about doing that? I don't know how smudge proof this really is. Okay. Oh, mascara. This is on its last leg. Like, this would probably be the last month I used this. And I opened this back in, I want to say November. If we're going by the 6 months, which the thing says 6 months. Okay. It's a very natural look. I like that. So what I did before I did anything, I sprayed setting spray all around the collar, inside, outside, so that, and I sprayed that much setting, that was different, one size, and Carpe, and then that's why I was spraying this so much around my edges, because white shirt, I don't wear white shirts. So I was like, okay, spray, keep the makeup at bay. Scotch Guard, I need to learn about Scotch Guard. I know it exists. But anyway, I'm rambling. So I'm off, and everybody, if I don't have another video up by Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day. If your mother, grandmother, biological, adopted, like they're yours, whatever, have a happy Mother's Day in advance. Otherwise, I will talk to you later.